Hey y'all, what's going on? It's the Coastal Critiques panel, and we are here to discuss The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City's Season 5, Episode 11, Troop Salt Lake City. Let's get into it, y'all.
Let's go, let's go.
Well, hello.
Hey.
Glad to be back. I feel like it's been like 27 years.
Too freaking long. Way too long.
It has been. Did y'all miss us? I know you did. You don't even need to say it. I know y'all.
We missed y'all too, though.
We missed y'all too. I hope you had a wonderful holiday. To those that celebrate and everything, I enjoyed. I hope everybody enjoyed. And yeah, we're here to discuss. This is actually last week's episode. We know that the new episode dropped last night, but obviously we had already told you guys if you were here in the last live that we were gonna have to, change up the schedule a little bit with the holiday in there and everything. So we do apologize that we're a little tardy with this, but
we be tardy for the party. But don't worry, we're gonna make up for it, because let's be clear, we're gonna knock out 11 today, but we're gonna knock out 12 tomorrow. So y'all gonna get a double dose of us. It's gonna go down, and because it was a lot to discuss on this episode, a lot of family matters, matters of the heart. So we definitely gotta get all the way deep into it and break some things down. And again, we thank you guys for coming. I didn't mean to just cut you off, sis, but thank you guys for coming, because I'll be on my phone trying to send out my notifications and stuff. So that's why if y'all see me doing that, I don't be rude to y'all. Like, I literally be trying to send out people to get everybody in, let people know that we here, because y'all know how the YouTube be doing us. Sometimes they don't put our notifications on. Sometimes they unsubscribe to us. That's why we come to you guys every week and say, like, subscribe. It sounds redundant, and share us with your peoples, because literally sometimes it pops off, and we just want to make sure that everybody is in cahoots and know that we are live and that we're here, that we're here. And the more you guys comment in our comment section, and the more you like us, is the more we get in the algorithms for other people to come see us and check us out. Okay, so yeah. My Thanksgiving was great. I went to my cousin's house. We had a great Thanksgiving on my Spanish side, on my Hispanic side. So we had a lovely time. Tonight I'm going to go. My mom is in town. She's been here a week before Thanksgiving. So we're going. She's leaving tomorrow. So we're going to go have some good old Louisiana gumbo, baby. So I'm doing that tonight and, celebrating with her. Like I said, tomorrow we'll be right back here. Right back to you guys, the full recap and review of Salt Lake City. They came on last night, but today we are definitely gonna, go into season 11. I mean, not season, episode 11. Okay? Episode.
We didn't just obviously, if you guys watched last week's episode, due to the gravity of some of the topics that were discussed on last week's episode, we couldn't just glaze over that or just give you an abbreviated version. We wanted to dedicate the proper time that episode deserved, in our opinion. So
for sure.
Who is in here? Hey, Kevin. Kevin is always coming through. We appreciate you so much.
Kevin is never tardy for the party. Kevin is always here, present, and ready to use his fingers, or I don't know which one you do. If you right here or if you right here, but whichever you do, you be on it. Thank you for joining us, Kev. We appreciate you. Dear Yvette.
Hey, Yvette.
Yvette. What's up, Yvette?
Thank you for coming through. And Kevin sent me Kevin was at the Freaking back in the day, okay, and he was so kind to show me the receipts. He had him captured the moment beautifully. It looked like a good time. That was, I wasn't even really a thought in my parents' eyes around that time. So
poor thing, poor baby. I didn't go to college. So I didn't get to experience it, but my friends did. Yeah. You know what? It's so funny
You didn't
because
miss out though, because you got enough stories for days on other stuff. So you didn't.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. But I really do wish I would have went to at least one, just to experience it, But I always feel like, child, you too light skinned to go down there. You're gonna go down there and they're gonna be like, who is this Mexican chick down here? Just joking.
It's a good time though, so I do appreciate you, Kevin, for sending that. I really do.
I love that too.
And Kevin said he is digging your hairstyle, sis.
Thank you.
I love curly hair. I love curly hair. So
man, I've been getting so many compliments, and it's the craziest thing because I literally like, I just told you I was with my Mexican side of my family. And so, their friends and, was friends and family. So their friends like, oh, I love your hair. Or they're like, oh, my daughter has your kind of hair. And I'm like, oh, that's so sweet. Like I literally like, because it's not mine, it's just, it's just a little baby crochet, I do my own hair too, Kev. Braids. Every time you see me, it's me. I don't have a stylist. I am the stylist. And so what's funny is that I'm just at Walmart. The other day I was at Walmart. The white ladies and the Hispanic ladies are stopping me and like, oh my God, everybody is. And they're like, one, they love the color. Two, they're like, how do you keep those curls? I'm like, I said, just a little mousse. And they're like, oh my God. Because when I go tell them it's not mine, they don't understand what I'm saying.
I don't know how to, I just glaze over that, or if that's too much explanations.
Too much. But I'm a stylist too, so the stylist in me want to tell them. So the day when I went to the store, a lady came to me. She said, oh my God, and I think I did something. Oh, I picked something up. Something fell out and hit the ground. So I went down and I came back up and I did something. And she was like, I love your hair. It's so bouncy and full of, and so you can see it's all bouncing together, right? So I said, oh, thank you. She said, it's so pretty. And I just love those curls. I was like, thank you. And so I said, but it's not mine. And so she's like, really? I said, no. And she said, but regardless, it's so pretty. But she got it. And I was like, cool. She understands. Because it's the people, when you say it's not mine, they be like, it's on your hair. I'm not trying to have
a whole conversation about that. So it's like the ones that get it. The ones that
we just absolutely. So thank y'all. Thank you. I love it. This is my winter do, my fall winter do. Okay.
Thank you, Yvette, for the compliments. We appreciate.
We sure do, my love. We sure do.
I put a little extra effort into my appearance today because I have to take some pictures after this. So
I
appreciate it.
I ain't take no pictures in a minute. Hey, Kimmy Nicole.
Kimmy, Kimmy enjoyed this episode. We
did too.
Flowing from several people's eyes. Honestly, if you weren't moved to some degree by this, then
you ain't got no feelings.
I don't know.
You're dead.
You're
not breathing.
Must be. Coming to California, the weirdest thing I heard was calling a light-skinned person red bone. I was like, what the hell? I mean,
everybody has their different ones. That's like, to me, my mom would be to me, especially when she wears her hair honey blonde, she would be considered a red brown. She's a little bit like the color of Barb's cheeks a little bit. She's like that caramely brown, my mom. And so, but I feel like even Bondi, I would call more of a red bone. I would call anybody that has like more reddish in their tone. Like I have more olive in my tone. My tone is olive. I'm not a red bone. But some people will say that, like, I've been walk past people and they be like, hey, red bone. I'm looking at them like, ain't nobody red over here.
I mean, yeah, I think the play, it's kind of like, it depends on your undertones too, but from different regions, we all have our different things that we say. Some people over here might call soda. Some people might call it pop. Like it's I think it just
depends. Sneakers, tennis shoes,
G-Nikes, like just so many different phrases and stuff. I've learned living in so many different areas at this point in my life. It's culture shock every 3 years for me.
We're just giving a little bit people to get in the room, you know, because sometimes we start and then they're like, oh, I didn't get the notification, or oh, I didn't know. Or so we're just, you know, giving y'all a little bit of, you know, what goes on
Mm-hmm.
with us. That's all. And that we both do try to come to you guys looking presentable because, you know, I'm a stylist. I don't know how to not present.
I know. So, shout outs to the 22 people that are watching on X because I still have X. Thanks freaking subscription that is like never ending, it seems like. But again, shout outs to y'all. We appreciate you being here nonetheless. But just to be warned, I am on Bluesky. I've been more frequent on there, so definitely. And my sister's now on Bluesky too. So you follow us on there because we'll be on there more. And also their socials are scrolling along the bottom, so follow us along all of our socials. And because we forgot to say, if you you said like the video and all that, but don't forget, keep the conversation going in the comment section below. We would love to know you guys' thoughts on this episode as well as our commentary. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you're sharing. Make sure you're setting your notifications so you know when we make an upload. All the things, y'all. Make sure you do all that if you are just now entering the room. And yeah, let's proceed then, because this had a lot to it. But we started off with, and shout outs to the title of the episode, Troop Salt Lake City. It was definitely giving very much that. Heather and Whitney put their minds together and they came up with this whole, let's do a girls' camp event. You know, and that's coming off the heels of everything that transpired at Mary's house. So Heather shows up at Whitney's house. They're planning everything out. And again, this is done a lot in part for how everything went kind of left at Mary's house. So hopefully once they have this event, things will get back on track. It'll be great, right? Yeah, sure. Heather wants Meredith there because from her perspective, she thinks Meredith has missed out on all the crafts and camping. And I loved when Whitney chimed in and she when he was like, so do you think that's why she's so like miserable? Or and Heather was like, nope, not gonna do it, not walking into that trap. And she's like, nope, not. She wants no parts of that question because it was a loaded question. But could we expect anything else from Whitney? No, not really, given the state between her and Meredith right now. Whitney asks Heather if she can invite Bronwyn, and Heather's like, sure, because, you know, she doesn't really know her well enough to love her or hate her at this point. But at the same time, she does still have her third eye on her because there's just been a lot of inconsistencies there for Heather. And she says that her feelings haven't changed as far as that goes. But she doesn't want to be in a bad space, but at the same time, she still has her third eye on her. So it's just like, Heather, you're kind of contradicting. Anyway. Heather's
been contradicting herself a lot to me.
Nonstop. And in that same breath, again, yeah, she goes on, she starts talking about how she's sneaky. So it's like, pick one, choose one, Heather. And y'all, side note, I should have said this before too, make sure you stick around to the end because we are going to discuss a little bit about the seating chart that just dropped this morning too. I like to do that with the reunion looks, but we haven't gotten those yet. So just wanted to throw that out there. What else do you have to say about this first scene between Whitney and Heather?
Not much. You know, I kind of try to jump in when I can because you know your sis will forget what she trying to she thinking of when you speak, because sometimes you'll have a point and then I want to make a point on your point. But you pretty much, it was self-explanatory, and I think it's a cute idea. I think it's a cute idea. I like things that make you nostalgic. Anything that'll put you in, you know, back in those times, whether it's, you know, camping, if it was skating, bike riding, you know, anything that'll put you back to a certain time in your life when you were a kid and carefree and stuff. So I appreciated that you know, that they're trying to get the girls together and something lighthearted, something fun, and something different.
Yeah, the motive behind it, I think, was genuine. Is it gonna go the way that they wanted, y'all have to stick around, and we'll let you know. Hey,
Hey,
cousin.
cousin. Hope all is
Subscribe.
well, cuz.
Make sure you're subscribed to our cousin Rancho and Ricardo's channel. She makes
Yes.
content over there, all different types of content. Oh, and Colette is in the building as well. Hey, Colette.
Hi, my big sis.
It's Thursday. Why am I talking about It's not Wednesday. It is Thursday.
It is Thursday.
They're still over there.
Girl, she lied. She lying the rest of the Ozempic, the rest of the weight off her.
Straight to her brain.
Like, what's going on?
Like, I think she lost she didn't lose the weight just physically, like in her body as much as she also, I feel like, lost it in the brain.
Yeah, brain power. But you know what? You never, like, literally, she had good it's not even a comeback. Certain things that she said, it would make sense, because literally Heather was one of my favorites. Certain things that she would say, it'd be like, like, but I feel now like, I don't know. She's just showing another side, and I don't want to put it on the weight loss. Oh, it's just all because now she thinks she fine because she, we all supposed to think that, and she better think that, because she, that's the point of you're supposed to feel better if that's what you're doing. But I just can't with Heather right now. I kind of feel like she's still trying to get in Lisa's good graces. Girl, stop. Lisa ain't nobody's prize to be like trying to get in the fit in. Ain't been right since Jen punched her in the eye. No, literally, that's for real, for real. That's for real, for real. That's the realest thing. Just on that enough.
That's everything we needed to know. When that was revealed, I think that was like a pivotal, like, turning point. That was like the first thing that we saw that really made us think, okay, Heather, you're foolish. You're full of it. You're full of it. That, for me at least, it was that, and then it's just been spiraling downhill for her since then.
Literally.
Going back to the episode though, y'all, Meredith and Mary. So Meredith decided with her Shabbat dinner coming up that she wanted to invite Mary to the art gallery so they can discuss everything that transpired again at Mary's house. And she even said in the scene that she wouldn't have normally reached out to Mary like this so fast first, but she did because her Shabbat dinner is coming up, and obviously that's a very important event in her life. And as she sees it, her and Mary did really have a genuine friendship at one point in time. And so, yeah, she's still trying to move to that tune with it right now.
Mm-hmm.
Still playing the victim card though, y'all, at least for me. She speaks on things as if she was yelled at and picked on, and she's just so hurt right now. She thought her and Mary were just better than that. All the things, all the woe is me type of things, really, y'all. And I want to say she even made sure to use the word bigger person when she was referring to herself in the situation. Yeah, she had to differentiate between her and Mary in that way as well. She's the bigger person out of them two. Meanwhile, though, y'all, so Meredith shows up at the art gallery or whatever. It was like awkward because it's just like her in there. And then we pan back over with Mary, and Mary's still at home. She's calling for Robert Jr. We're really starting to set the stage here for what is later on to come in the episode. So she's just talking about how she's prioritized all of her energy around him and trying to see what's up with him and, be there for him. Her mind is constantly thinking, where is he at? What's he doing? Who's he with? All of those questions are just going off in her head right now. So she's running around looking for him, and we start to see like, okay, well, Meredith's already there. You're still at home. It's starting to be a situation of she's probably going to be significantly late. And at this point, Mary was about 40 minutes late. Meredith's still in the gallery looking around and stuff like that. And so she pulls out her phone, and who does she FaceTime, y'all? Not her husband. Of course, not her husband. He's probably somewhere, with a red cup in his hand.
Absolutely.
But next best thing, she's gonna rope her children in. She triple FaceTimes. It was a triple FaceTime between her daughter, and Brooks. And
I thought she was just standing behind her.
Who?
The sister. I thought the sister. I thought they were in the same place.
Oh, maybe,
Yeah,
but
they were. It wasn't squares. It
but
was.
still,
It was. She
but
was.
still,
But they're still. She was talking to both the kids.
3 people on the phone at that
Yeah,
point.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. For sure. For sure.
but I really just wanted to highlight that because it goes back to what I said in episodes before, where it's like, girl, you want to talk about, lead the children out of it, and everybody want to talk about lead the children out of it. This is the reason why you rope your children into it though too. So that gets their head, pumped up or whatever, or they say certain stuff. Don't be mad then if Mary says something about your kids or whatever. Like, stop roping them in. Why are you venting to the kids?
Yeah, because they're not equipped to if and when, or when and if you become friends with Mary, now you didn't tainted that. And so now that's something in their archives. I remember when she had my mom wait at woo wop de wop. And so you don't want to do that. You just don't want to. You don't want to do that. It's because you can't take it back. And it's not like that was so detrimental. Okay, she's late. But that's saying, well, that's showing how she feels about the relationship. But we find out that the places are hour away from where she's at, where Mary is. So even though we know Mary was still at home trying to really find out what's going on with Robert Jr., she still got a drive to her and stuff. So
yeah, and I feel like also too, I would have been even less upset if she would have called one of the other ladies to talk about it. Like,
sure.
It should have been either your husband or one of the other ladies or some other, your mother, maybe. I know, maybe not your mother.
Not the mama.
Maybe not your mother. But it just shouldn't have been you trying to dump on to your children, and then that makes them a target potentially.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Guys saying Heather ain't been I can't unsee Heather looking like the singer. Kevin, oh my,
you're on typing timeout.
not Leo's. Heather seems to seek validation from who she sees his top girl, like she was with the Jen Shaw, a pick me. Yes, we've been saying this week.
Point taken. Thank you, Yvette. That's it.
We've been saying that because that she's very much stuck in a high school girl mentality where she wants to be, best friends with the popular, head cheerleader or something like that. Like, grow up. Meredith is a professional victim. I'm Team Mary. I think a lot of us are Team Mary on this one.
Yeah.
I don't really see how else you could look at it, honestly. Yeah. So again, going back to the scene though, y'all, Meredith, she's of course taking this as a super big slap in the face that Mary is late, because it's like, not only is that rude, when we're on good terms, but it's obviously going to be amplified and taken even more in a negative way when we're not in a good space. So she's pissed off about that. And when Mary walks in, she's like over an hour late at this point. Or actually, let me not say that. It was Brooks. When Meredith was saying how, like, okay, this isn't like Mary. This is not, something that's typical of her character. I want to say it was Brooks that said, well, yeah, this only could possibly mean that what you're saying is completely true. There must be something going on then. So it's like Mary is like, Meredith is like saying these little things. She's recognizing this is not like my friend that I've known for all these years. Something weird must be happening. I'm concerned. I'm worried. But at no point in time did she call Mary, or did she really approach it, I feel like, from an angle of a like caring, concerned friend. If you know something's up, then why not reach out to the person? You don't keep speculating in the background about it.
Here's the other thing. Instead of calling your kids, why didn't you call Mary to make sure she was okay? Is she still on her way? How far out are you? What should I expect? Like, literally, you could have did that, and then maybe Mary, that would have set the tone, and then Mary to be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm this many minutes out. I'll see you soon." And instead of calling, like you said, but Brooks still gave her good advice and said, this is, not really like Mary, and I don't understand why Meredith sees that, but still is We do. I know why, because she wants to be the victim no matter what. It's like, I don't care. We can both be in an argument. We both can be wrong, but I'm the bigger victim than you. Like, no matter what. Like, all right, girl, have at it.
I see it the same way. So, and I feel like even Mary's energy when she walked in, y'all let me know in the comments. When Mary did finally show up or whatever, y'all, did you guys feel like how did you guys see her energy? Because what I saw was somebody who was like, I already got enough going on. I'm not here for the bullshit. But what's up? Like let's get to it. That's how I read her energy, of a person that's really got real going on, and they know that they got to show up and, you know, do the job. They got to, you know, have this conversation. But at the same time, it's like, I got real stuff going on, so let's just get to it. It's basically, I feel like, what Mary was on when she walked in there. And I wasn't upset about that at all, given how Meredith was approaching this. And so when she walks in, she's just like, you know, like, what's going on, you know, Mary or whatever, Meredith. And they do greet each other, whatever. There was no hugs. And Meredith's like, you know, is everything okay? But it wasn't like the way Meredith was speaking and stuff like that. Again, it didn't come from like a genuine, like, I'm concerned for you, like something is wrong, as much as it made it seem like she still was harboring some type of resentment, some type of ill feelings with it. So I feel like if she would have softened up her approach, if she would have really made an effort to appear as though she was trying to be a caring friend more than she was trying to air out her own, you know, grievances, I think Mary would have been more open and dropped down her boundaries a little bit more and probably opened up and told Meredith what was up. But
I think Mary was matching energy.
Yeah, she was.
She matching energy.
Meredith had the power to change that, though, because of course Mary's already going to be on guard. She got stuff going on. I know you about to hit me with some more bullshit, and you know, so obviously I'm going to come into the building like,
so what's up? Like, not like, what's up? But, so what's up?
I'm going to like be like, okay, we don't need to even go there. What is truly going on? Like, I'm gonna put my issues to the side right now. That's not even as important right now, because what's top tier priority is making sure you're good. And I don't feel like you're good right now, because this is unlike you.
Yeah, you're acting out of character.
Yeah, and then Mary was like, in terms of what? Like, in terms of like what you're asking, is everything okay? Like, what are you really asking? And instead of Meredith again approaching it from a considerate friend place, she was just like, well, you know, what did she say? Well, Mary was like, you know, she's a little bothered, but she's good. And that's when Meredith was like, well, I just, you know, I'm a little concerned because the other day when I left, it just seemed very uncharacteristic like of you. And Mary's like, I did or you did? Like, you know, I thought you, and Meredith's like, you know, I thought you did. I thought you know, were acting like that. And she did say I probably was acting a little, you know.
They both did. She said it. She did say both.
But again, it was more so pointing the spotlight, I feel like, at Mary and making it seem as though she really deliberately kicked her out. And Mary spoke on that. She's like, why do you think that I would kick you out? And I invited you into my home. Like, I've seen you in other people's homes all the time, and you've never just left their houses in an uproar like that. And Meredith the whole time is talking about, well, you know, at that point I did not feel welcome. And so I, you know, exited stage left, and they weren't really seeing eye to eye on how everything transpired. Mary's not accepting that because she's like, you know, I've shown you genuine friendship. Meredith's saying that she's shown her genuine friendship as well. And it's like, in Meredith's eyes, Mary has been harboring some type of hostility toward her. She's been in cahoots with Angie, and she doesn't appreciate that, because let Meredith tell it, she's been the main person showing up for Mary for the past 4 years when nobody else was fooling with her. And so that's why she's taking this as a slap in the face. I think the main thing that really just was so off-putting for Mary to the point that she was just out of there was when Meredith said, where is it? Yeah, when she's like basically gloating about like, okay, well, I've done all these things for you. I've even extending the olive branch basically to set up this reconciliation meetup right now, and you show up an hour late. And that's when Mary was like, you know what, I'm good on this, because that's truly what it was about. She approached it from all of the areas that she was upset about and throwing it all on Mary without really being, considerate at all, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think Mary felt attacked.
Yes.
Like, because she's like, well, shoot, I just drove all the way out here. And and Meredith still doesn't she doesn't read the room very well. Like, she literally is still, it's only you two, and you can't see that something is preoccupied. You just had a conversation with Brooks that told you it's probably something more preoccupied. So when she asked Mary the first time, she said, how are you doing? And Mary said, I mean, just in that, when people do that, and then they say, well, I'm okay. You're not okay. Because okay and fine and good. Hey, my daughter. When you are good, you answer it really quickly. I'm good. I'm great. I couldn't be better. Yada yada yada. Heather without makeup reminds me of the cat lady who got on the plastic surgery. Girl, the cat lady. Now, see, that's funny you would say that, because I would feel like that's kind of how. Never mind. I don't even say this, but that's how Brittany reminds me of.
Oh yeah, I can see Brittany if she like messes with her face continuously.
I don't know if Brittany's messing with her face, but I'm saying that to say
she has the potential. I feel like to look like that if she does too much. I feel like it.
Yeah, her eyes are a little too tight, a little too tight, and she thinks she got a little Asian in her. But I'm just saying that she's her eyes. She's Catwoman to me, if anybody. But when it comes to Mary, it was the reason. It's just like you said, just the way Meredith approached it. She didn't approach it. Not that she needed to approach it with cat mittens or anything. It was more so like, you know what? Let me put my feelings to the side. If you're the one extending the olive branch and you're the one having her meet you because you see that Mary had not did that, don't you think you should have been a little bit more understanding, or divulged a little bit more information, or found out a little bit more information? Because literally, you came in there and attacked her. You didn't even have to bring up that she was an hour late. You didn't have to bring that up. Like, that's something to start an argument, like, or to show like
story things entire time.
Right. So yeah, Meredith just approached it the wrong way, and like Mary said, she don't have time for that. I just wish I know Mary is hurting, and her and Meredith are not in a good place right now, so that's why she's not divulging that information about her son. But to some extent, I gotta put the blame a little bit on Mary. You're not opening your mouth and being upfront with them. Also, they're not giving you a safe place to make you feel that way. So,
yeah.
But somebody gotta stop it, because right now it's a tug and pull. So we need them to stop tugging and pulling and figure it out. Like, open your mouth and say this, and hopefully they'll get there. But in this moment, I was kind of mad that Mary walked away from it. Even though Meredith was saying what she was saying, I just wish Mary would have just been like, Meredith, is this what you came here to tell me, that I was going to be an hour late? Is this what I came here for? Like, throw it back at her. Don't walk away. I know you was just ready to go. You don't want to give her that energy, but at the same time, it's like, girl, I know you didn't call me over here to let me know that I was late. Was there something, or you are going to apologize or anything? Or you called me over here so that I can apologize to you? Was that what this was? Like, literally, Mary should have asked her, what was the reason for this? Because usually I call you over because I have something to say to you. I'm going to apologize to you. You don't assume I'm going to make us we're going to go talk somewhere, and I'm going to put all the blame on you, and I'm going to need you to just say you.
She did that with Angie and Sean. That's how Meredith, I feel like, just operates. She says, these are my issues. My feelings are hurt. This is what you did or whatever. And it's like she's looking at you like, like you're I'm sorry. Oh my God.
This is the reason why Seth can't stand his own wife. I think she does that with him, and this is why that brother's on that red cup. He gets so probably frustrated.
He's insatiable, pretty much. He can't please
He
her.
can't please her. Y'all, these peanuts are good. I'm sorry that I'm eating my peanuts in front of y'all, but they're so good.
Mary was out of there, and I don't blame Mama because
she was like, "Bye, girl. Bye, girl. I gotta go." She was waving like this, but she ended up showing her girl.
And Meredith was like talking about some, oh yeah, you've used me for 3 years or whatever, and he's like, get a life, get a real life.
So basically, you did not reciprocate with your. So what you're saying is Mary was delusional. She put a friendship in you. You had nothing to do with it because you were being such this great friend, and you wasted your time. Is that what you want us to believe, Meredith?
I don't. Meredith's crybaby. Somebody get her a bottle and a bird cloth. I cannot agree more. Speaking of Jen, Coach Shaw and I went to junior and high school together. Met Jen during my 10-year high school reunion. Ooh, you guys,
wow, girl.
You got to tell us more about that. I called my friend to make sure she was okay, and if she needed. But then again, I'm an adult and I don't live in my professional victimhood. Exactly.
Oh, Ransom.
Yes, Mary was over at Bigger Fish to Fry.
Way bigger.
California Cutiee, junior high.
Audubon.
And high school Dorsey.
My husband went to Dorsey for a little bit too.
That's funny. When the issue with Robert Jr. was brought up to Meredith on Watch What Happened Live, she somehow found a way to make it about herself. Yes. And I was trying to look up the clips because they were asked about this. Her and Heather, I believe, were asked about this at the Fan Fest. I was trying to see what they said, and then I was also trying to go back and rewatch and see what Meredith said there, but I can't remember verbatim, but I do know that it was along lines of somebody who was not being receptive to the fact that their friend is going through some stuff and they were being an asshole pretty much. Meredith was already in defense mode along with the Karen. Yeah, she was. And Mary's already, y'all have to take into account too, Mary just in the most general sense is already on guard with these women all the time. Like she already is looking at them all the time, probably like they about to, try to pull something on her because that's how they approached it season 1 and any other time on this show when it comes to her. So I do understand why she isn't so like forthcoming with trying to open up about what's going on, but at the same time, she kind of you do it does work both ways. Going back to what you said before, push pull. When she said, a little bothered, a little this or that, like she does need to speak more, I feel like, on it. And even when her and Angie later on in the episode had like a little momentary sit down or whatever, and she was like, what's wrong with her or whatever, she didn't even feel comfortable talking about it with Angie at that point. And it's like maybe because 1, she hadn't talked to Robert yet, maybe, or 2, because the cameras are, I don't know what her reasoning was, but I'm like, okay, well, if she wasn't even comfortable with talking with Angie and they've been like, 2 peas in a pod lately, we also can't help you, Mary, if you don't,
That's what I'm saying. And here's the other thing, and then we can get on, go to the next scene.
Yeah.
Meredith was there for 40 minutes, and I want to know how many glasses of champagne she had.
Anyway.
I'm just saying, not like that, but when you drink.
No.
One is sober, one is not. One can have a quicker fuse when they have been drinking. I know I did. You say something, I might I could be cool, calm, and collected, but if I had a little sip and you say something snappy to me, I'm gonna be like,
yeah.
So I'm saying at the same time, Meredith's issue as well. We don't know how many. She was there for 40 minutes. She was just sipping. I'm not saying she's Seth. I'm just saying she might have had a quicker fuse because she had been drinking.
I'm glad you brought that up. I didn't even think about that, and that could potentially that's going to have an impact on a person, how they conduct themselves or whatever.
Does with me a lot, and that's why I'm saying it.
But she didn't even bring that up either. Like it's just completely disregarding looking in the mirror, and we're going to go straight to looking at that person in their face and telling them what they did is what I get from Meredith. But the next scene, y'all, we have Lisa and Henry, and then we have Angie and Electra. They're all meeting up at an aquarium. They're having a nice, mommy kid day or whatever. And this was orchestrated by Lisa. Lisa actually reached out to Angie for this meetup. I thought it was yes, and I thought it was very good. I thought it was very cute that Angie brought Henry a stuffed snake. I'm like, I thought that was cute and speaks to just how Angie is in just everyday life, I feel like, and I'll explain more about that when I get to my part at the end. But just in the scene though, they hang out with the kids at first, everything's all cute, whatever, and then they excuse the children afterwards, obviously, to talk one-on-one. And Lisa had already said that her and Angie, they had a super close friendship at one point. She would call Angie, or Angie would call her at any time, and she would pick up the phone no matter what she was doing or whatever. And she's just hoping to get that back because she does miss her friend. And then we have Angie over here who's like, yeah, I was completely shocked to, I was surprised to even get this invitation, but at the same time, I know I've been a damn good friend to Lisa. So we'll see how this goes or whatever. And she knows that Lisa misses her too, with that being said. So again, once they sit down to kind of really jump into things, Lisa's starting off talking about how she's always been so direct with Angie, and at the same time, like when it comes to her and Whitney, she doesn't want to come in between them, or they're not even that. She said, I think that their relationship doesn't impact Lisa, Lisa. And so she says that,
but Lisa is telling Angie that when that her relationship with Whitney does not affect what she got going on. Those are such lies to me, because you guys literally, that's what y'all do. Y'all sit there and say, it's not affecting me, but then you get around somebody that doesn't like Whitney, you're going to talk about Whitney.
She goes on to say that, well, I just feel like Whitney, you're listening to the things that Whitney's saying about me. So it's like, you just said that
it doesn't affect you.
But then do you guys see? That doesn't really make sense though. Then it does impact you. You're thinking that she's telling her things and she's listening. And Angie, of course, she's like, no, like I'm not listening to things that Whitney says about you or nothing like that. It's not even about that. Right. I didn't call you a bad mom. I actually think you're a great mom. I called you a bad friend though. And so they're kind of going back and forth with that whole thing. Lisa tries to squeeze out some alligator tears at one point. When what did she say? I don't remember what Lisa was saying to try to squeeze out those tears, but she was also playing victim, I feel like, in this as well. And Angie speaks about how when it comes to like her friendships and stuff like that, she kind of resorts back to how she responded to conflict and chaos when she was younger, which is she would just kind of, be quiet and kind of shut down as things continue to elevate around her. That's how she responds to these types of things. That's her trauma response. And so that's kind of probably what she did when it comes to things with Lisa or whatever. And that's something that she has to address with herself. But she does say she feels seen. She is hoping that Lisa will be a better friend to her. She does say that to her, that she needs a little bit more or whatever. I guess this is supposed to be their turning of a new leaf, but I feel like ultimately it was a lot of ownership being taken by Angie and not enough being taken by Lisa. And I feel like, and y'all might say it's because, what? Go away. Sorry, notification, y'all. Y'all might say it's because I like Angie. That's not a surprise. I've said that from like day one or whatever, that I like her. But I say this from a place of, I've dealt with these types of people in my everyday life, and Angie's the type of person that, unfortunately, she's just like a really, I think, genuine person that no matter like how a person treats you, like you're still gonna like show up for them and be forgiving when they, throw you a breadcrumb to try to get you back into their like good graces or whatever. She's the type of person that's, she needs to shed that trauma response first and foremost, because certain people will see that and take advantage of it. Certain people will be like, oh, I could treat this person however, and they're just gonna, you know, fall back in line when
That's what
I
Jen Shaw did.
summon them. Yes,
That's what Jen
yes,
Shaw did to
exactly.
Angie.
That's why I'm saying we're seeing it between Jen, we're seeing it between her and Lisa and different people and stuff like. And that just tells me that Angie, like, I'll give you another season or so, but you have to learn this lesson. Otherwise, you're just going to keep going down this rabbit hole in your life and showing up for people that do not show up for you. And it's because even going back, she shows up with a snake for, and of course that was not trying to bring the kids into it, but she shows up for a snake for Henry. Like, she just shows that she's genuinely trying to be like good to people, I feel like, and she doesn't get reciprocated all the time, unfortunately for her.
Yeah, that's a hard one right there, because genuinely when people are nice like that,
you want to be, yeah,
you know, it just I hate it. No, I mean, you know, I just don't like it because I'm a nice person like that. I have been taken advantage of until I met my husband, because his temperament is different than mine. He's like kind of, you know, we meshed it, so now my temperament I can get. Never mind. All I'm gonna say is I'm a deep down inside, like my heart is very pure. I'm very sweet. I know I am. I'm not to my own horn. I'm saying I live like that. That's how I live. That's my thing. Like I live like that. So people have taken advantage of it, and you know that I just say that's you blocked your own blessing. I'm not gonna stop doing me because you're the idiot. Well, now I might remove myself from you. I might remove myself, but I'm not gonna stop being who I am because you want to take advantage of me, of my kindness. Nah. It was something else I wanted to say about, yeah, Lisa was milking it. I don't like that. I always feel like she hears people. Her whole thing is she always wants to be validated that, you know, Lisa, we hear you. Okay. I'm gonna try and do better. I didn't know it was affecting you like that. And then she'll turn around in that same thing and never say to that person, like, am I doing something to offend you? Have I did anything? You know, because I know you you might be reacting to something I'm doing to you, and I'm not sure that I'm doing it. She just doesn't take, there's like, I don't do nothing. I'm the best. I'm the best. And so is Meredith. And that's why Mary says that Meredith and Lisa are the same person. That's exactly why, because they do. They literally can be just as in fault with somebody and literally, nope, what you did to me was way, 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 way worse. And it might have not been, but in their head, it's amplified.
Yes. Sorry, I had to answer text real quick, but no, I completely agree, and I'm glad you brought that up, because by no means am I saying, she needs to unlearn that behavior and stop being, a genuine person or anything like that, because I always, whenever I have an issue with a person or a person shows me who they are, I think that just comes with maturity, is realizing like you don't have to, be have this hard exterior now, or try to show up in a way that's not consistent with how you've always been or anything like that. Like, still be genuine, still be pure, all the things, but just know when you need to remove that energy and put it onto somebody who is appreciative and is going to reciprocate that energy. That's what I need her to learn. And Lisa not going to be that person for you. Sorry.
No, Lisa's not it. Sean have been trying to tell her. That's why he used Lisa as the example, saying, he don't like the way she talks to his wife. But then again, she does have trauma from her mom being an alcoholic and screaming. And when you live with an alcoholic and you're the kid, it's the easiest thing for an alcoholic to come be mean to that kid, say what the hell they want to say to them, and don't give a damn. And that kid shut down and, well, let me just get in a corner and be the smallest person. Maybe they don't want to see me or say anything. So that's what Angie's been doing. But Angie's going to have to, like you said, she got to come out and say, look, I'm not going to don't put baby in the corner. That's it. Don't put me in the corner. Oh, go ahead, read it, because I'm about to squint.
Oh no, I was just, based off what you said, I was always the type of person that said, Angie can be a damn good because she's gonna be in charge of the girls one of these seasons. I think she has the makings of a really good housewife. Unfortunately, in Housewives 101, this is the final lesson that she's going to have to learn. She's going to have to learn to unlearn this behavior because we're going to keep having this issue with her every 5 minutes unless she changes it up. That's all I had to say about that. Mary mentioned on Watch What Happens Live last night that all of women except Lisa reached out to her after the episode aired. She also mentioned that she was not surprised to not hear from Lisa, and that is okay. I'm glad you brought this up, Kevin. That's why, we love you so much, because I do remember that was said, and I wanted to speak about that a little bit. I
haven't watched that yet. I didn't even watch the episode yet, so I'm glad you brought this up because I definitely want to. I didn't know that. So go ahead, sis.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's not surprised at all there, but it's with that being said, though, y'all, I still wouldn't be that type of person, but I'm thinking, I wonder if Lisa also didn't want to text because of what we didn't see, which I spoke on, I think, last week, which was that Lisa and Mary really got into it really freaking bad this season, apparently, to the point that we didn't obviously see the footage of that. And some nasty things were hurled. So I'm like, okay, maybe she didn't do that, not because of Lisa being Lisa, but also because one of the things that I heard that Mary potentially said to Lisa was really bad. So I just wanted to give you guys a little bit more context, maybe. Okay. Angie K is a mean girl and a liar. Never liked her. Her voice sounds like Rosie the Robot from the Jetsons. I appreciate y'all's viewpoints on everything. We always do. It's pure malarkey. Mary called her out a few times for not taking accountability. It was not until Mary checked her that she took somewhat of accountability, yet personally it was not genuine at all.
You talking about Angie?
What we're talking about last season, or I'm trying to remember when they
after the show.
Oh, okay. I'm behind a little bit on the after shows, y'all. Bear with me. Going back to the episode though, quick little scene, y'all. We got it's the morning of the camp day. Mary is getting her stuff together or whatever. She's laying her clothes out and everything. Still talking about how, Robert Jr. is never home. She's worried about him. They got to have a conversation. They got to figure this out. He used to come into her room and talk every day. They'd have their in-depth mommy son talk and everything. And he has not been doing that lately. And she wants her baby back. Right. Again, build up. They're setting the stage for us for this conversation at the end of the episode, y'all. Moving right along to the camp day. The inspo behind the camp day was, if you guys ever seen that movie Troop Beverly Hills, I didn't, and I'm like, should I?
I don't know. It's an old movie because you can look at
89.
Yeah, I was looking. I was like, 89. I was in 11th grade. So, but I didn't see that movie.
I was -5 years old.
Okay, you was -5. Okay.
At that point, if you would have said you watched it, then I would have been like, "Oh my god, let me go watch it right now." But okay, then never mind. I don't feel so bad that I haven't watched it.
No, I didn't watch it. I was like, "Woo!" I didn't even realize when they said.
I've like scrolled past it. I'm pretty sure, whatever. But I wouldn't know it if you slapped me in the face. But Lisa, Meredith, and Bronwyn, they're all riding together. I was a little like, okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Bronwyn, she said that Bronwyn's never been to sleepaway camp. Meredith did go to sleepaway camp. And Lisa, she went 1 year, hated it, never went back after that.
She wants to be back with her parents. I said.
But I just want to ask you guys though, if you've ever heard about sleepaway camp being a big cultural thing where you meet your business partners for later on in life and all that. No. Is it just me that's never heard about that in a day in my life?
No, I don't know. I mean, camp is literally, I think camp is for 12 and under.
I don't know what it was talking about.
If you do camp at 17, now we talking about college and going in the 12 and under.
At that age, Lisa.
So
you met your life. I want to see these lifelong friends that you've met at that one year you went. I want you to. So, but I bring that up just to shine light on the fact that this franchise, every franchise is obviously unique in its own right. This one, we know we have to tie in all these little pieces and stuff like nuggets and stuff. And this is just another one, I guess, that sleepaway camp is such a staple in their,
Salt Lake City,
adolescence. Like,
their culture.
yeah. I mean, my sister went one year or whatever, and I remember I was so jealous. I wasn't old enough. I was so jealous.
Well,
I was like,
I've been, because my dad, his community center, when he was a teenager, my dad had me at 19, 20. So by the time I was when I was like 4, that community center also was my preschool. And then it became a church. But during that time, when I was from preschool until I was 12, my dad was a camp counselor. So every summer we went for a week. Once I got old enough, but we went for a week, and my dad was a counselor, and so all of us always went. We went for a week. The cool thing is that my dad was there. I don't know. I mean, I would have had fun if my dad wasn't there. My dad is also an illusionist, so he does magic and stuff. So he also was like a counselor, and then he also did the magic. So everybody like kind of flocked to me and my sisters once. He's around doing his thing, and they're like, "That's your dad. He does magic." It was a big deal. And so I did. We went a few times. I never became. I wanted to become a junior counselor, but then at that time I was like, "No, I'm doing here now." So I never did that. But it was fun. We had a cabin. We did sleep on Inspiration Point one night of that, and it was fun. It was fun. But we never made no fire. Like, we had camp cabins. We went to a kitchen to go eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We had sing-alongs and all that stuff. It was fun. So, I wish you would have went.
I wish I would have too, Mom. Like, thank her for that. Oh no. But yeah, so maybe that's why I don't have any
oh no.
Because I didn't go to sleepaway camp, so I guess that's why I missed out on making those friends. Anyway,
I'm sorry. I just read what I kind of
read.
read.
What I was trying to get at before is like,
oh my God,
that had something. Again, that's not. I can't apply any of this to myself, obviously, because I'm a genuine friend to my friends, and so I wouldn't even be in half these situations, of course. But I wanted to just put myself in Lisa's shoes for a second and think like, okay, well, maybe if that had happened right before that or whatever, like I probably, if you said that about my son, then I wouldn't give a about anything that you had going on. Probably I wouldn't, be negative, but I can understand how maybe you're less inclined to want to, reach out to a person. Then some people are different. Some people would still, some people won't. We're all different.
It's a difference when you talk about somebody's kid or talk about somebody, and you throw something out there, whatever it is. But when you hit low and it's some truth to what you're saying, yeah, ain't no coming back.
I've reached, okay.
I ain't no coming back from that one. I'm sorry.
An ex-best friend of mine, well, the only person I consider an ex-best friend, because I don't throw around titles just loosely. Like when she had a loss, I think her dad passed away. She had a loss, and we had not been friends, I want to say, for like it was a handful of years at that point. I had reached out to her when she, had lost her dad or whatever, because we were, when I tell you guys, we were like this for since freshman year of high school until 2013. So I just want to bring that up to say, like, there's certain instances where you'll have that like moral, like ethical dilemma, whether it's like, okay, do I not? But so I understand sometimes where there's certain things that are going to fuel you and make you like go one way or decide to go about things one way versus the other. I don't know. Question for you. Are you familiar with Woodcraft Rangers? That's a negative. That's a negative, Kevin.
You got me stumped.
Angie and Mary, though, y'all, they're riding up together too, because Heather and Whitney are already there, I think, like setting up and doing whatever. Angie and Mary, though, they're riding together, and of course, Angie's gonna ask Mary about the conversation between her and Meredith. How did things go? Let me know. Give me the whole rundown. And Mary's like, "Girl, tell me why Meredith had the audacity to try to come for me as if I did something to her." And then bring up the fact that I was an hour late and then all this other stuff. And I'm like, girl, if you weren't renting in Park City and you would rent in Salt Lake City, maybe I could get there faster than an hour. Complete shade. Complete fucking shade. Like, oh, Mary, we love these moments so much.
We love activated Mary. Let's be clear.
And Angie following it up with bringing up the fact that, well, it's crazy that Meredith had all these issues and she was just so ready, hell-bent on getting out of there, but the bitch damn sure didn't forget to grab her parting gift on her way out. I thought she was going to take the Armani as well. And Mary was like, girl, take the Armani. Where's she going to put it? In the Airbnb? Like, girl. Hilarious. Freaking
what they call that samurai sword? It was just
just cut right through the white meat. Meredith can't say about that. So I thought that was really funny, y'all. Anyway, they all are Meredith.
Oh, wait, before you move, she should have took her parting gift. Let's be clear, it's hers. Anyway,
I don't think it's a problem, but it was just like,
I'm taking my gift. I'm leaving, but I'm taking my gift.
It's like, well, you were so ready to go out there. You made sure you got that gift though. Like, girl, bye. I don't think Mary actually felt away or whatever. Like, Mary doesn't. She's not that type of person from what we've seen. That she's petty like that. No.
She didn't kick her out the house.
Yeah, she didn't. Yeah, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? She did not kick that lady.
So yeah, take your gift if you're leaving, but I didn't kick you out.
Anyway, y'all, and shout outs to the 58 people that are watching on X. Make sure you guys come on over here to YouTube and subscribe to our channels, y'all. Subscribe to our channels. Make sure you like the video, all the things, because like I said before, once this subscription wraps up on here, I will strictly be on Bluesky. So again, Meredith, Bronwyn, and Heather. So Lisa, they're all in their car and they're talking about I don't remember how it was brought up, but for some reason I think it was Bronwyn that was like, oh, were you guys surprised to get a text from Heather and Whitney together? And Meredith was like, well, first of all, I was surprised to get a text at all. I think is that what Meredith said? Because of Whitney. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so I think it was Lisa. I don't remember who said that, but they were just talking about, Meredith gave her version of what went down between her and Mary. I do remember that. And Lisa was trying to, I guess, have her back and saying like, oh, well, what I told Mary that, you were hurt after you left. And I guess that was her way of, showing allegiance to Meredith at that point. Mary's telling Angie, like, look, Meredith is a lot like Lisa. It's very one-sided. And she doesn't want it with me. So Mary's going into this thing. I would say she was kind. I think her energy was a lot more open and a little bit more positive and stuff like that going into this. But at the same time, she was like, don't ever get it messed up. Like, I will take it there if I have to, because again, we know what's all in the back of her, not even the back of her mind. Her son is at the front of her mind. Like, is that the forefront of her mind, but she is trying to, at least I will say, put on a good face to go into these scenes enough. Bronwyn asked Meredith and Lisa if they were surprised. Bronwyn posed this question because it's like she knows that they're cousins and everything, but when it comes to Whitney apparently has been saying some not kind things about Heather. And in her confessional, Bronwyn goes on to say how she was uncomfortable coming because she not only is she in a weird place with some of the ladies, but she also doesn't even know where some of the ladies stand with each other. So just very, very odd for her. And Lisa was sure to say that it seems like she's the two-faced one talking about Whitney. You know, Lisa's always going to get her jabs in there, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
And so when they arrive, Brittany was already there, which I was like, okay, here we go. Brittany's already there, y'all. May Lee was also in the building.
Can't believe it.
Her in a month of Sundays. Everybody else was dressed very much, I feel like, on brand. Don't really know. She was kind of also dressed not right in my like she what she was wearing, like she wasn't underdressed for like she was at Angie's party, but like it was just, I don't know what she had on versus what everybody else had on. It just kind of looked a little different. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, she's there too. Didn't really say anything though.
That's why I was like, she was there, but
was she really there?
Crickets.
Who knows? Meredith doesn't know how to start a bonfire to save her life. Shout outs to Heather though. Meredith, you can't just put it right on the wood and think it doesn't work like that, ma'am. But so they all settle in and everything, and then the second SUV pops up with Mary and Angie, and it's like dun dun dun. And Lisa, I wonder if they, I don't know what I'm kind of confused by what Lisa said. I don't know if you were confused when she was like, wait, you guys, Mary's here. Like, and it was like, okay,
the fact that she was whispering got on my nerve. Why are you whispering? So what? Mary's here. And that's because Meredith, she's trying to be a good friend to Meredith and trying to tell her, like, you were thrown out of her house and now she's here. So what are you going to do? Like, shut up.
Oh, that? I was taking it. She was like just genuinely shocked that she was there. And it's just, why wouldn't you be there? Like, she's a full.
She like, Mary's here now. And remember, Mary.
Are we surprised?
She's supposed to be there.
Yeah, it was just weird to me how she said that. And I guess obviously it was ultimately her being messy, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But again, y'all, I hope you guys picked up on how Mary, in my opinion, and Angie, I guess, their energy was very pleasant. Mary's energy was very pleasant. She was like, oh, how cute is this and stuff. She didn't approach this with any negative energy, in my opinion.
No.
I love how Angie brought Girl Scout cookies too. I thought that was so cute. But cute. Heather has like some like gifts or something for them. It wasn't like gifts. It was like supplies, it was like a whistle and different stuff. So she like divvies that up for them real quick. And so then we have Lisa talking about how she's seen Brittany and Jared Osmond on the gram, y'all, all in the stories. She's seeing Brittany posted up with the uncle. Y'all know who the uncle is, the uncle being Donnie. And it's just going so well. And she's like, you know, if Brittany were dating Donnie, she would absolutely love that. Y'all know how they feel about the Osmonds. Nonetheless, though, Brittany says that in Vegas, everything was awesome between them two. Jared says that he loves her and he can really see things going somewhere with them. And it's just been really, really stable and solid and good. And she's explaining all this. And Mary's like, wait, who is this? Mary? Is this Donnie or Jared?
Mary.
Y'all, Mary is too freaking hilarious for us. Anyway, but they're doing better apparently. A producer even asked her if she's like, you know, so I'm assuming you guys are getting back together then. And Brittany's like, you know, heaven help me, Lori, I've got to move on, but it's like the constant hamster wheel. Like,
girl, you in love? Shut up.
I think she is in her.
I said she is in love. I didn't say he.
Yeah. We notice how we didn't say he, y'all. She's like, he's just a darling. We could just not stay broken up. Okay, girl.
You can't stay broken up with him because let you tell her y'all broke up 1,002 times. So I don't understand why y'all keep doing that. Just don't get back together.
Facts. And she was like, I was dating 10 guys, you know, like I was dating 10 guys when we broke up. Like, even though I was only like serious with like 3 of them.
Didn't Angie tell her that though? Didn't Angie say that?
And
Didn't Angie clown you on that?
When Angie brought it up, just saying,
Yeah.
like, she's like, it's all good though. It was BYU style, And Heather's like, yeah, a lot of soaking and docking. I'm like, what the fuck are we talking about at this point? Yeah, so we got a whole rundown of what non-active sex is in the Mormon community, pretty much, and how they like get around that. And
why they just can't dry hump like everybody else? Why they just can't dry hump like everybody else? Why are you not dry humping like everybody else? Why are y'all giving it a name? If you insert, then you have pushed through the threshold, honey. What are we talking about?
And did you pick up on Bronwyn's facial expressions? Because she was sending me this entire time. She was just like,
she was acting like Todd.
Like,
she was acting like her husband. She was acting just like Todd to me. I was like, oh God, she is Todd right now.
Yeah, we didn't really get, nope, I just spoke too soon. I forgot about the next scene. I was about to say, we didn't really get any of them this week. We didn't, but we did. We didn't get any of those scenes with them.
Yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll get to okay, so y'all, there's a lot of like, I don't know, whatever, pumping, thrusting, orgasms, who cares? They did a potato sack race. Lisa, I think it was Lisa, Angie, Heather, Brittany on her team, and then on Whitney's team it was Whitney, Mary, Meredith, Bronwyn. Thanks. Sorry, I got a gift.
Aww, so sweet.
So it was them doing a potato sack race, but then we got Whitney over here. She's pissed off because she picked Mary, and it's like, girl, damn sure didn't pick Mary for her speed, because Mama was, when I tell you, Mary was tiptoeing in that potato sack. But it was just so funny to me. I don't know. Was Maylee supposed to be the referee? I'm like, girl, you show up. She wasn't even on a team. Like, what are you doing anyway? Afterwards, they grab food, y'all. You guys already know how these scenes work. We do the little activity. We grab the food, we grab the drink, and we have the real conversation that either goes well or doesn't go well. And I will let you guys be the judge of how well this conversation went. So I think it was Brittany. She started talking about her experience at camp or whatever back in the day, how she was in the wilderness. They'd be in a wilderness for like a whole day by themselves at 12. It was like this whole thing, journaling, all the things. And so then Angie jumps in and she's like, so are you still practicing, your religion and everything? And she's like, yeah. And so Angie's like, oh, okay. So, well, does your bishop know you drink? And Brittany's like, yeah, he, of course, of course he does, or whatever. And she tries to dress it up. And, Angie's like, because in my religion, like we definitely do that and stuff like that. So just very confused again about how you reacted to everything, especially when you sent me this sweet, appreciative text saying that you appreciated the alcohol or the wine and everything.
Her and Jared appreciated the drink. Okay.
I wish I got a screenshot.
The bottle. I was like, wait, what did it say? Oh, you want Jared drank the bottle? It was delicious. Oh, okay.
I will try to get some pictures for y'all tomorrow at least, because we did see a actual screenshot of the text you sent to Mary, Angie, but I didn't screenshot it for y'all. Sorry. But again, she just found it very odd. Or Brittany, I should say, she just found it very odd that she would do something like that. And Mary's the whole time. Everybody's taking this in, and Mary's the first one to speak up and say, like what happened to just like manners? Like what happened to like not being rude? Like what are we talking about here? And as Mary chimes in, I want to say then we get the Lisas, we get the Merediths, we get different people starting to chime in, and it starts to get more and more to the left, y'all. I think it was Brittany that then she tried to jump back in and check Mary, because Mary, of course, when we're talking about being rude, of course, we're going to bring up the fact that Meredith was rude as leaving, my house. And I guess Brittany tried to call out Mary and be like, well, who are you to basically talk when you're the one that just kicked her out, you know, the day prior? Like, what are you doing here? And she was literally like, yes. Mary was like,
not talking to you.
You.
Not talking to you. Shut up.
Shut up. And if Mary was a cusser, I'm pretty sure that there would be an FUCK in there too.
Oh my gosh, for real. And it's so funny because Brittany was appalled. She was like,
she just started slicing through them too.
I was like, oop, I don't know why y'all let anybody talk to y'all like that. I don't care. I don't care if it's Mary or whoever it is. You're not talking to me like that, sis. You're just not gonna talk to me like that.
Oh wait, is that the point that she told her to shut up? I don't.
She told her to be quiet. She told her, I'm not talking to you. She told her, I'm not talking to you.
Okay, because I was like, if that was, I might have jumped ahead.
I know it is. That was I'm talking to you.
Behind no. Everybody. Then once, because I was, you know, Meredith she loves a cue, y'all. She loves a cue to exit scene. And when Mary said that, that's when Meredith was like, yeah, well, I'll just shut the fuck up then, and you could. Everybody else, and she got up. That's how it concluded. But before that, y'all, it was Lisa that broke Bronwyn in. I don't exactly remember how she did that, but that got Lisa started, who then got Whitney started. It was just like, it was literally
domino effect. It was domino effect.
Yeah, and Angie. I by no means, y'all, am ever going to make fun of anybody with a disability because I got my own. Thank you very much. But y'all, when Angie said, Bronwyn, how about you borrow freaking Meredith's hearing aids and turn them all the way up so you can hear me?
Right.
Y'all,
cringy.
Y'all, I could not. I
don't know how Meredith didn't say nothing in that moment. I just said, "What, girl?" Like literally, I don't know how these people can. Y'all can hold on to so much and just sit there. I literally, Angie, I probably would have got up and talked to her in her face. Like literally, I would have got up and been like.
From an audience standpoint, though, I was like, "Oh my god!"
I think it's through Meredith. When I did watch it, I was with Ray Ray. Shout out to Ray Ray all day. I was with Ray Ray all day, and I literally said, "What did I say to her?" Because it was whatever it was. I was just like, "No, I can't think now." Just because I brought her name up, now I can't think of what I said in that scene. But oh, man, you just literally. I forgot again. That's just jacked up. Oh, I know what I said. I said the Meredith is like, I get in there.
Literally at that moment.
Why am I in here? What did I do? And in the fact that
very moment,
I mean, I just don't understand why. It'd be even better if you're gonna say it, like say maybe you need to ask Meredith for her doctor's number so you can get you some hearing. But the way you worded it was more like you said something about Meredith. We got it that you was trying to say you need to borrow the girl's hearing aids, but it was in the moment and how you said it. It was, girl, Angie, shut up.
I just think it was the time and place more so than like it was the actual word choice, because it was like, you guys are not in the greatest place right now, so anything you like, just don't.
That's true too. That's true too.
I really don't. She said she was like, grabbed it, her belonging, do something with belonging, and then like, so I don't think the focus is ever to be on and to shading
her impairment and it was her impairment. Yeah,
bringing her in, you should have knew that was going to go left, and it kind of freaking did. Because even on the fan fest or whatever, or the red carpet or whatever, she was still bringing that up and stuff like that. And I'm just like, okay, Meredith, like, because
you know, Meredith is she's gonna work it for everything she can, honey.
Find a way to remain a victim, y'all. Like, you know, like when a couple gets freaking divorced and like one of them is like, no, like I'm going to always remain with this quality of life. Like I am always going to like I'm not going back to being broke. That is literally Meredith when it comes to playing a victim. Like, she is going to find a way to play a victim no matter what. Like, she's going to find a way, period. Let's catch up. Hey,
Good. He snuck in here. He in school. He always sneaks in,
Oh, Yvette, I'm trying to hurry up and get to that point.
Windows, I couldn't stop laughing.
I'm so mad I don't have pictures for you guys, because when I tell you guys I was hot. You don't remember that part?
I'm trying to think.
Yeah, but did you rewatch the dinner part?
Yeah.
And when Mary arrived, and she was all like,
I must have walked away and see it.
That was probably the funniest part of that episode.
I don't remember seeing that. I must have got up and walked away.
Everything, and she's just peeking in the windows.
At Mary's? I mean, wait.
She was sorry to jump ahead, y'all.
Yeah, I just want to. We talking about at
the Shabbat at Meredith's dinner. Yeah,
Mary came to that.
Yeah, that was so funny. Well, actually, wait, no. What am I talking about?
Oh, Mary was not there. That's what I'm like. That's not. That's
I mean, was there, but
Mary was at Meredith's Shabbat.
But wait, was that in this episode, or is that in? Because I watched them back to back. Yeah, no. That was Shabbat dinners in that. Yeah, that's the next scene. Yeah, Mary.
I don't remember Mary being there.
Oh no, I'm lying, y'all.
I'm like, what?
This happened at the at her bat mitzvah.
Oh, I haven't watched it yet. That's why I'm like, okay, so that's why.
Sorry.
I'm like, no way. Where? How did I get up? When? Okay. All right. Sorry, babe. I haven't watched number 12, or I would. The rest of it I would have known. I haven't watched. It's okay, because I'm sure the people in the comments probably already had. That's just me, because I was doing other things.
Well, I started to put them together too, which is why we need to stay on schedule, y'all, because the episodes start to just glaze together, and I'm like,
they mesh.
Sorry if anybody didn't see. Sorry, spoiler alert. Sorry if you didn't see last night's episode. Yes. And we will be back to discuss that obviously tomorrow.
Well, that's good. That makes me happy. That means that Mary was invited. I mean, she went. So okay, go ahead.
I'm so mad. I'm so mad now. I told you so much information.
Don't worry about it.
Crap, where are we? Okay, so a copycatter. Mary called Lisa.
That's when they was about to start arguing.
And a dingbat, and so they're just fully going back and forth, y'all.
Lisa can't argue with people. You notice that Lisa, whatever you said to her, she said back to you. She did that with Gunica. She did that same thing. She never can come up with her own thing. She always gonna say what you said. You're a bonehead. Oh, you're a bonehead. Or you're stupid. No, you're stupid. Oh, just stop talking. No, you start talking. Like, shut up, Lisa. I'm with Gunica. Shut up, Lisa.
Yep. Yes. Right. I think I brought this up. I want to say like day one. I had heard through the grapevine that apparently I told you that. We talked about that.
Wait.
I told you that.
Remember that.
Her because word on the street is a lot of her scenes got cut, and she probably won't be back. I doubt she'll even be at the reunion. Ooh, we got to talk about that too. No, it's all good, y'all. I just feel bad if I confuse y'all, and the fact that I
confuse me. It's not your party, Bat. She said no. You said about the peekaboo, and then she was just like, "Oh, that was funny," and I'm like, "What peekaboo?" So it was. Nobody would even know. I was like, "Damn, did I miss something?" So okay.
I am at. Side note: I have been at 599 subscribers for last
Oh my gosh!
So please, somebody subscribe so we can be in the 600 community, please.
Let's go, please. I'm feeling up.
I think I'm 300 hours from being monetized, y'all.
Oh, my sister is getting it.
Things. I really do appreciate y'all. I really do. So
yay.
Andre Shannon. Haven't seen his name in chat before, so shout out to
you. Welcome. Make sure
we agree. I automatically spoke for both of us. We agree. Yeah,
We do.
that would be true. Like every episode for some odd reason. Lisa thinks that Mary's jealous of her having the Fendi jumpsuit. It was just so many just things being just hurled back and forth, y'all. I don't think I need to really go into detail about anything else, but we can just talk about this part. It was just a lot, and I feel like does anybody think that it was misdirected anger or anything on Mary's part? I don't.
Yes.
I just
okay.
I don't, but I'm not mad about it.
Not misdirected. I just feel like she hasn't opened up to, so like she does say that she got a lot going on. She did say that in this episode. While they were arguing, she says,
we got too much.
Mm-hmm.
We got the flashback of her and Angie in her kitchen or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I think is that what we got?
No. When everybody is sitting there and they're all going off on each other.
No, that's the next episode. Oh, okay.
Mary said, I just got too much going on right now for this. So,
why didn't anybody stop and be like,
and nobody stopped and asked her. Not one person said, Mary, especially Meredith. Especially Meredith, because Meredith, you've been told by Brooks, you even said that's not like her, and she literally opened her mouth, and unless they cut the scene, because they did, she said that and then it cut, and I was like, nobody heard her say that. She's literally telling y'all if she's going off, and y'all know it's out of character, but nobody says to her, Mary, you got a lot going on. Do tell. Let us know.
They have to open that door for her. She's not going to voluntarily go in. She's not, because you guys have proven it's not that, and this has not been a safe for her.
That was the other thing. Mary kept. Let's call it. Let's say what Mary was saying. Y'all two-faced it. Y'all keep doing two-faced things, so she can't. She just like in the bill collectors, not to switch reels, but same thing. Trust. There's no trust. There's no trust within you ladies, because y'all keep saying it. The moment I walk away from you guys, y'all gonna be like, girl, this what California Cutiee was doing, remember, and then that and the third. Like, you guys literally get with another group of friends, and then y'all go talk about that group of friends, and none of you guys ever stand up. Like Lisa said, well, Angie, you never stand up for me. Lisa, who you standing up for? I ain't seen you stand up for none of your friends. I haven't seen you or any of you. Heather, you came at Bronwyn, but you ain't stood up for nobody, really, because they were in the car. You were sitting behind her when Bronwyn had said what she said, but your eyes just got big. You didn't in that moment say, hey, that's my cousin, and we can talk like that, but you're new to the group. Like, you didn't check her in that moment. So for me, Mary is in the right for not telling them, but she also needs to cut them a little slack, because you do have a lot of things going on and they don't know. So for me, it's like, you're doing this, but you also are not helping to resolve what's going on. And the only thing she really can do is figure out what's going on. And at this moment, in this moment right here, when they had the Girl Scout thing, we don't know what's going on. She doesn't know exactly what's going on with her son, from as far as we know. But it's so weird, because that just in itself, just imagine you think you know what's going on, but you don't really know. And so now that's a whole trick in itself, that you're, kind of tippy-toeing around your son at home.
She said she was avoiding him, because it's like,
she don't know what she's gonna get, and
doesn't know what she's gonna get. And it's probably like, you see the person, and it's just like, that's all you can think about is what is wrong with you.
It's like a zombie of him. It was like because even when we seen him with the girlfriend / wife, whatever it is, they were both looking like zombies. They both look like grunge, and like they ain't took no bath in a week. Like, and I'm not bagging. I'm not. No, Mary, I'm not talking about your kid. Just in case somebody want to clip this and send it to you, because don't do that. I like Mary, and I love that that she's trying to figure things out, and I feel bad for what she's going through. But Literally, it's just that she don't trust them, and I want them to get over that because Mary needs you guys. She literally needs you guys.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think it was misdirected anger from Mary, but Mary and Lisa's back and forth was funny, so I don't mind. That's ultimately
True.
what I'm saying is
Mm-hmm.
I know Mary was going in, y'all. She really was. And it's almost like in movies or whatever when they have like a machine gun and it's just like
And you know what's funny is that when she brought back up what Lisa said about Meredith.
oh yeah, she was like, you talking about Meredith freaking stuff we have in New York and she's the biggest like all
I
this.
was like,
She was
never did. I
like,
mean, Mary. I was like
the only thing she didn't bring up was like stuff with like Jen pretty much because like
that's what she could have said. And
that was
you
the only
lied
thing that
about
was
getting that
missing.
black eye.
Yeah, like that was literally the only thing she was missing. She was going off.
Yes.
But nonetheless, that's pretty much how things end there, y'all. Mary Casting got issues too.
What ends?
Hey, they definitely all do. That it's just right now with everything that Mary's going through and stuff like that, like that's just really like all I see with her right now. And I agree with her approach and everything when it has to do with that, if that makes sense. She does do some other stuff sometime, and I'm like, Mary,
Yeah.
like last season, we were saying all the time, like, Mary, you're gonna have to, if you're gonna show up, you need to show up. Mary, you're not doing this. Mary, like, so she's really did a 180, at least for us over here. When it comes to just being, she is activated, she is clocked in, she is giving, because it's not even that she's just like creating mess or anything like that, as much as like she's actually giving us something to talk about, something to I hate to even say entertain because I know where we're going, and I wasn't entertained like in a positive way by that. If you guys get what I'm saying, but she's giving, she really is. At California Cutie, let's agree to disagree, being that the ladies did not speak up on Mary's behalf toward Jenny when it makes sense why Mary does not share a lot with the ladies, in my opinion. Yeah, that's kind of what I keep getting at when I'm saying like, no, like they have not created a safe space for her. So it's push pull, like you said before. It's like, but at the same time, her coming back in this arena to do this and stuff, she knows obviously she's gonna have to be giving of like information from her own life and be like involved and stuff like that with that. So again, push pull, she does have to give some. They do have to give some, otherwise we're going to keep going hamster wheel. We're going to go around this hamster wheel.
Didn't we? So we already talked about the dinner and the last and Mary and her. Okay. I just want, you said like, because you said that, so we, but you meant that scene. I was just making sure. I was like, I don't want my sister to be like that. It didn't end like that.
I don't even know really what I'm talking about right now because I keep going from one episode to the other apparently in my mind.
See, that's why I didn't watch. No, I
that. That's the thing. Like if I didn't watch, and y'all stick around too because I have to do my Married to Medicine. If you guys watch Married to Medicine, I'll come back afterwards and we're gonna do that. So make sure your notifications are on. Y'all that are watching on X, come on over here. Nice. Anyway, but I need to take notes for that. I need to take notes for this. Like I didn't want to leave this today and then have to do that and then come back later because I still have to take notes for last night's episode. So anyway, Heather Gay is not. No, I don't. We didn't say no. I never agreed with that either. Like certain things, and even last season there was a couple of things. Remember how Mary was talking to when they was that Angie's house, whatever event they were at, and she was about to leave early, and the people that were making her pizza when she was just like I didn't really like how she was talking to them.
Oh yeah,
she has her things with her, and she kind of body shaming kind of comments sometimes. She's got to be careful with that.
And that's kind of nervy. Not to be, no shade, no tea. I'm just saying it's kind of nervy because literally her clothes don't fit her all the time, and her shoes definitely be too big for her. And I don't know why. I'm like, are you scared to get corns? Like, what's the deal, Mary? Why are you wearing your shoes bigger than your feet? You clunking around places. Like, stop that. Let them fit.
Like, I get corns. I don't think. Like, I've never got it. Anyway, because we're going off on tangents here, y'all. But I just wanted to say all that so you guys know that we are always unbiased over here. Yeah. If we don't care who it is, if they do something, we're gonna talk about it, even if they're one of our
favorites.
That's just how we are over here. Moving on to this dinner though, y'all. The day after, we see Meredith getting everything together for this Shabbat dinner at her rental in Park City. Seth was actually there, y'all. Seth was actually there. And basically she's glad to have everybody there who she likes. And that includes
Seth was there already. Never mind.
No, I want to ask you that question because
was he already tipsy?
Was he already wasted when he was talking to
Did you what?
Jared? What are you
Yes, absolutely was tipsy on top of that. Probably was his third drink. The third one.
Y'all, he was just like, I'm like, what is he talking?
Yeah, because and his eyes were just as big, and I was like, oh my
God. He was gone. Like he was gone.
Sad.
He was freaking gone. He was sipping and setting up, I guess. Anyway, so it's also Heather by herself, and then we have Bronwyn and Todd, or as Heather introduced him, Alan. We have Alan in the building already.
Bronwyn's dress was beautiful. That dress was cute. She looked so pretty to me. Bronwyn.
Oh, something else I wanted to bring up to you guys. A lot of people were thrown off about I think it was this scene where we see Heather having a conversation with Meredith's kids, Brooks and Chloe, right? She was having a conversation about the whole soaking and docking and all those things with them. A lot of people were a little irritated by that or feeling some type of way, I guess, about that, because remember last season when Monica asked her about something about her daughter's sex life and she was like, oh no, that's what we're not going to do. And then now fast forward to this season, you're on here talking with somebody else's kids, grown children, about like sexual things. Like, did you guys feel any type of way about that?
I didn't feel any type of way because they're grown. Inappropriate, maybe. Because that is your friend's kids. I'm not, depending on how close I am to my homegirl's kids, if I've watched them grow up and depending on how much I've talked around them, then if that's how we talk,
the parent talks, would the parent have that conversation with them? Like, I'm never going to have a conversation with someone's children that they wouldn't have with them.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I won't say that, only because sometimes people feel more comfortable.
Well, no,
somebody else's parent,
of course, with that,
and I give good advice, so I never
like somebody's kids to what the intricacies of drugs and alcohol if that's not something that you guys have even touched on yet, or having a conversation with them before you guys even talked about it. Like, I'm not going to overstep like that. Right. But yeah, back to what you're saying. So you didn't feel away? Okay.
I didn't feel away because they're grown, like literally, and they're in the Mormon, and I think she was kind of fishing to see if they heard of it, or you're only gonna get the answer unless you get the question. That's ask the question.
You know what it was? It's because Heather, as much as she tries to separate herself from the Mormon religion, as much as she tries to put that in her rear view, every single time she opens her mouth, it comes right back, and it's in the passenger seat every single day, because she was always going to take an opportunity to showcase or talk about anything that has to do anything with the Mormon religion. And I think it was more so that it was a moment for her to talk about something that had to do with the religion.
Yeah, because we didn't need to not know that she was whatever they call it.
So
she didn't do the mustard, but
jumping.
She didn't do the jumping, but I said, girl, stop. We don't care. We don't care. And the Mormons don't want to hear about it. Like, they don't want to hear about it.
real sex.
Here's the other thing. The thing when you say all of this and then you say that I don't know if it's the priest. I don't know who they have what the person is. They're hot the top person, what they call them. But they the part where you're literally telling us.
I think it's a bishop.
Okay, so the bishop, you say no, I didn't thrust. No, I didn't do this, and no, I didn't do that. And he says, okay, you're still pure and keep. I said, get me out of here. Get me out of here. Because either
mind fucked.
You guys are lying to your bishop anyway. And he's telling y'all one thing. And y'all are laughing in his face about it. Like the whole thing is just like mockery for me. Like it's a two-faced thing. Like Mary keeps saying, it's like y'all literally make a mockery of your own religion. Like you drink when you're not supposed to. You have sex when you're not supposed to. It's like y'all pick and choose what part of it you want to live. And it's like, y'all, come on. It's funny to me. It's comical for me.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. But so Lisa and John show up at this point. They can all have their seats and about to eat and everything. Is this when Meredith was she lighting the candle? Was this when she was lighting the candles?
Yes.
I can't remember which one.
I know.
But before we even really get into all that, they start talking about genealogy a bit. Also want to ask you guys there, because Lisa, and maybe because I'm in my household where like it's genealogy is just a sensitive subject for us. I'll say that. So I just was really, I don't know, that already makes me, I guess, hypersensitive to these types of things. But when Lisa brought up the fact that, because I'm assuming, obviously, with everything said, John is adopted, right? But when they were starting to go back into his like ancestry and stuff, I guess, she said that she basically just took over and was like, oh, this is this person, and then like was just very just Lisa about it. She was very Lisa about it. And for me, that irritated the out of me, even though this wasn't like a major part in the episode. I just got super irritated with her at that point because I'm like, that is, you know how like that's a big thing to people.
It was more than a big thing, and like you just said, I don't know,
and just overstep and just be like, oh, here.
Let's be clear, her husband was very irritated.
Was he ready for that? Like,
no, he was not. He told her, let's be clear, this wasn't a we thing, it was a her thing. And he also said in that moment that he wasn't happy about it. He didn't use that word, but he literally said, like, yeah, it caused bad, whatever he said, it was not good. And Lisa still was just like going on, and he's over here uncomfortable. And then Bronwyn is sitting right here. And for Bronwyn to just go through this whole spiel about her daughter and how her husband feels, we all seen on a couple of episodes back how Todd feels about her knowing her real father's family, you know, and when the turmoil is bringing, because they're not so accepting of her. Now they are, but she like, well, what, did anything change? I was the same person then than I am now. So yeah, it was kind of messed up to hear Lisa pat herself on the back when you're literally hurting him. You don't even see that your husband is upset and hurt. And it wasn't because he has a nonchalant face, but he said it to her. He said, yeah, it wasn't a we thing, it was a her thing. And yeah, it wasn't cool.
You don't just throw that at somebody without knowing if they're ready to cross that bridge yet. I just, because I have my own, like I said before, it's a sensitive subject for me personally. In my own life, I would just never like, that's not cool. Please don't do that to people. If y'all know somebody, you can't just spring that on people. Anyway, going back, you just brought up Todd, and we can talk about that because at this point, Todd chimes in to say, like, you know, it's all good because when Brown and I first started dating, I had the NSA do a background check on her. This was everybody's faces, y'all. Okay, what I want to say, we'll pause there for a second. What I just want to say about that mostly is, and if you guys were here in last week's episode or whatever, I will say, you guys know how we currently feel about Todd. But with that being said, I feel like giving him a little grace on this one. Maybe this was his way of trying to connect. Like, there's obviously an age gap between him and a lot of the people at the table. I think maybe that was his way of trying to, like, I don't know, join in on the conversation and try to. You get what I'm saying?
No,
I'm just,
no. I don't know.
I tried to give him a grace. I tried to give him grace.
No, I don't see him trying to chime in on that conversation. What I do see is that I think that his wife has went back and talked to him about things that Heather said and Brittany said, and because even when they went and shook hands, it was a little uncomfortability because we can pretty much know that Bronwyn went and told her husband a couple of things. So what I think was going on is that Heather is so hell-bent on this prenup. What he was trying to tell her is that I thoroughly know my wife, and I married her thoroughly knowing who she was, because I did a background check on her.
Oh,
that's how I took it. Now he might not be
grace,
but I was like, oh, he trying to. He's trying to tell us that we know he really knows his wife, and that's why when Heather said, "Well, do you know that she was suspended from whatever college?" and he said, "Oh yeah, that was on there too." I said, he probably knows the day she started her cycle.
I think that this is also I don't think that's weird. Also from that angle, then I don't think it's ultimately that weird to do that, honestly, especially these days, because people be leading whole other lives.
Remember, she's younger than him as well, so he has to kind of do his due diligence if he wants to make her the wife. And we know there is a such thing as gold diggers. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. So he's not saying that's what she is, but he got to make sure that she's not. That's what he got to make sure that she's not.
Also, it's not weird because it's like, ultimately, like, a lot of people, even though like it's not really hard to do this at all or that expensive, honestly, people not everybody has the means to do this or whatever. And what do we do? What does the average person usually do? They freaking do a social media freaking scrub and look you up when you first start dating somebody or whatever. Like you guys know you creep on and stuff like that, and do your little due diligence or whatever. So he just had the means to, do it even more thoroughly, I guess. And again, y'all, we have our thoughts and opinions over here. At least I do, about Todd. Definitely do. So don't get it confused, y'all. I don't put nothing past him at the same time, but it wasn't that weird. But of course, everybody at the table was kind of like, okay, okay, like how should we take that? But I also I'm in love with what Yvette said here. Kind of like she ran and told Bronwyn's daughter's father's family when it wasn't her place at all. Going back to Lisa, I didn't even think about that. Thank you, Yvette, because I did not even think about that.
You know what? I didn't think about that either. Why would she go to them and not ask Bronwyn? But I can know because she knows the family more. But for me, if I was Lisa in those shoes and I know the family more, I would have been behind their back and would have been all in Bronwyn's face trying to find out.
Or stayed out of it all the way.
I would have stayed out of it, but I probably wouldn't have talked to my, because they have pent up feelings, evidently. So I probably would have went to Bronwyn like, I didn't even realize this is your kid, family, and I would have talked to her and then found out. And then if she says yay or nay to talk and say anything, then that's when you go back and say, I would have flipped it around. Even if though she knows these people longer, evidently my friends, that's jacked up. They ain't supported this lady's, her kid. Like, so yeah, my brain would have said, I'm gonna go ask what's going on with the mother of the kid and why they don't know her. But Lisa is different.
I would have just started like asking around because I honestly probably don't even want them to know that I'm friends with Brahma at this point.
Yeah, yes.
Doing my own, like collecting my own, because if they know that you know her, they might try to tailor their responses and stuff like that, or they might try. No, what do you have to say about this?
Mm-hmm.
I get what you're saying here, but the background check happened when she was like when they first started dating.
Yeah.
So she didn't come on the show until now. So
yeah. No, it was something he did because she was younger and he was older, a man of a particular age, and very, very, very wealthy. He's a very wealthy man. So I can understand him doing that. I can get it. And then if he runs businesses and things, depending on like how he hires and if he runs businesses, that's nothing for him. Like this is what we do anyway as a business. So you trying to get with me, I can have you brand. I can do that.
Mm-hmm. So back to the dinner, y'all. Then they kind of or I want to say it was Meredith, kind of reflecting on, everyone was reflecting on like yesterday's event and stuff. I think they were just talking about, each other and just their thoughts and opinions on each other pretty much.
I think they started off what started it was more like, I am never want to go camping again or something like that.
Like, she never wants to go camping again. Like somebody was talking about how Angie got really feisty. I think maybe that was Meredith. And Lisa was probably talking about like Whitney or something like that, I want to say. And Heather, okay, did you guys feel any type of way when Heather was like, well, normal friends, all talk ish about each other behind their back a little bit or whatever. Did you feel like weird when she said that?
Which one said that?
Heather said that. I remember. She said, clear as day out of her mouth. Yeah, it's natural and normal for friends to talk a little shit about each other behind their backs.
No, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with talking ish. I don't think you talk shit. Now, if you might have a discussion about something that happened with your friend, but talk shit about your friend, that ain't your friend. If you talking shit, like you might be a situation that your friend is in, but specifically talk mess about your friend, then that ain't your friend. Why are you talking about it? And you can talk about a situation, but if you talking mess about your friend, that ain't your friend. That's how I look at it. And no, I don't. I mean, I know where Heather's trying to say, yeah, we all have done it, is what she should have said. We have all done it, but to say that every friendship, just like, so me and Barbara friends, right? So just know when I'm not around you, yeah, I'm talking mess about you. Like, no, like now, now are you now if I give you a situation or I tell you something that happened with me and my kids and you go tell your husband, that's not talking about you, talking about the situation.
Like when you I'm trying to think of an example where it's like, okay, I think I know what she's trying to say, if she's meaning it with this, but I guess I'm just so skeptical. I'm just so thrown off because it was her. So I'm like, I don't know if our levels of talking shit are the same. What is your example of talking shit, Heather? That's what I need to know, because our standards and our viewpoints on things clearly are very different, because I don't agree with half the things you be doing lately. So I think that's what I need to clarify with her first, and then I could be like, oh yeah, I mean, yeah, I freaking, call my best friend freaking, yeah, that bitch is always showing up late to everything. Like, I would say that in front of her face though too.
Right. If you're talking about circumstances, one thing, but we're not.
That is like
me talking shit about my friend is different. Like, we all talk shit about each other. No,
get nowhere on time. She's always making us late or whatever. Like, somebody might think that that's talking, but I would say that in front of her face too. So I really wouldn't consider that talking.
Girl, shit. I got a slogan because I'm always late. My slogan is, I'm always late, but I'm worth the wait. So, and that's just how it is. So all my friends should be saying that about me. She's always late. I am.
I am. But best dressed. Yeah, I'm going.
Like it.
I'm going with that one. No, usually I am on time though, for the most part. Anyway,
That's that military.
Yeah, that was basically it. And then I think,
pretty much it. Other than we know Don, Jared got a little, his family is in the, half of his family was in the Mormon stuff.
Oh yeah,
and Meredith invited all of them to her.
Lisa too. Wasn't Lisa like she is also Jewish? Right. I want to say Lisa too, because that's what made me think like Lisa. If Lisa's not going to,
no, I thought she said Henry. I mean, her husband is. That's how they got on. She was her husband because that's how brought up the DNA and all of that.
No, we need
or
to
you moving into your the other
yes, one. I keep anyway. Last scene, y'all. Oh, shit.
This thing was sad.
Last scene, y'all. Yes, this scene was definitely sad, a tearjerker for a lot of us. All the things, like I said, they've been setting the stage for this entire conversation, pretty much the entire episode, last couple episodes, honestly. We as the audience probably already know where it's gonna go, but nonetheless, we have Mary coming into her son's room. She sits down to have this conversation with him, and she's just like, what's going on with you? And she's like, even before that though, she's like speaking very highly on him and talking about how he was so accomplished in school, never had any issues. We saw some like throwback pictures of them and everything. And she's like, and that's for some odd reason, I'm not seeing that same work ethic. I'm not seeing that same energy. I'm not seeing none of that. And so when she goes into her room and she asks him basically like, what's going on? You got to be real. You got to talk to me. Like, what is up? He tells her that he took his Xanax, a half his Xanax to be, or not. Wait, did he say half?
Well, he didn't. He does tell her he took half. He did say he took half.
Did say he took half, and then to use that or to balance that out, he took some Adderall on top of that. And
hold on, before you finish, Xanax, I've never taken it, so I don't know. Is that for anxiety? Or is that
yeah,
it's for the anxiety.
Well, so, yeah, it's used. It's a narcotic used to treat like stuff like that. Yeah, but like
I know
like balancing out. One is an upper, one is a downer. So
yes,
yeah, he's very fond of Xanax, and that was he first dealt with this going back to the age of 16 at a party. He was introduced. Somebody had given him one, and it kind of just took off from there. And he's 21 now, by the way, y'all. So do the math on that. And it's like she starts to ask him, like, so do you think this is an issue then? Because he's like, yeah, doing this and started mixing it with this and just really starting to experiment out here with different substances and stuff over the years. And I think he expressed that he had like taken 10 pills one time and was just,
that made me cry. That made me cry when he said that he did 30 milligrams and he did 10 of those, so that's 3,000. Like literally when I counted them, I was like, this 3,000.
Unfazed and
he didn't feel it.
Yeah, unfazed. And the analogy that he gave y'all, like, it's like, when it comes to life, it's like unseasoned chicken, but when he gets high, it's like seasoning. I'm like, wow, that's like when I tell you that's like such a spot analogy. I'm like, he was so forthcoming with all of this, and I feel like she never like went into like attack mode or accusatory mode or anything like that. She's like trying to be encouraging, of course, at the same time, and say that she's there to lend her support and stuff, but he's got to want it for himself. He's got to want to, take that first step himself and everything. And in her confessional, she talks about how she feels disappointed in herself because she's like, which I'm sure a lot of parents could empathize with that. It's like, like, wow, like where did I go wrong pretty much in the path? Because like, how did we end up here?
Mary didn't go nowhere wrong. There's not, I don't want her to hold herself accountable for none of that. That is something that like he said, it was introduced to him outside of you. It had nothing to do with you not giving him enough love, you not giving him enough support, you not being there for him. You all said y'all were like best friends. So literally you did what you needed to do. What his path was going to be his path. And you can't be everywhere at all times. So parents, you know, I'm a parent, y'all know I'm a parent and a grandparent. So I don't want Mary to feel like there was something. What was the one thing? She goes back into her archive. The one thing that I could have did differently, that dang, I wish I would have did. Like literally, it could have been, you could have did that different that time, and literally he could have started doing drugs at 21 when he was a full adult. So you really can't beat yourself up when it comes to these types of things. So I don't want Mary to feel like that. You wasn't drinking in front of him. You wasn't smoking in front of him. You were part of the church. You brought the church to him. So you literally did all you could do.
Ooh.
You needed to take, you know, this was his path. You can't take your path and your kid's path too. You only got two.
I'm gonna get to y'all's comments right as soon as we get through this one, y'all, because I just forgot about something I wanted to mention in the last scene. But yeah, no, you're 100% right. But like, I understand from a human standpoint that, you know, you're by nature, a lot of times people that we care about, we're going to think back and be like, oh my God, like what could I have done differently? But this is the correct answer. There's nothing that you could have did differently if that was in that person's, you know,
and they cards in their life. That's what you're gonna do.
We're not put on this earth, y'all, like we're individually put onto this earth as like our individual selves. So it's not always like, oh, you being the mom to that person or the friend to that person or the sister to that person. Like we all have our own individual paths that we're supposed to just, you know, move through. So Mary's like, you know, she's talking about how she's obviously super emotional at this point, and she's you know, trying to comfort him and all of the things, and she's ready to support him, and she's extending all of these I love yous and stuff like that, to the point that she even was like, I love you, like I probably love you more than
Robert Senior,
but don't tell him that. And I was like, this is by no means, y'all, was this a laughing matter. It was not at all. But I'm just like, that just speaks to the fact that Mary, no matter what, she's always going to be Mary. And I love that.
Me too.
She's always going to show her personality.
The fact that I like and I hate that he was in this moment and the way he explained it, but hey, too feisty. What I did not, when he said he was a stain, he felt like a stain.
Yes.
I was like, oh gosh. And I was just oh my God. I was like, whoa. Like, because you literally, the analogies that he's using are so, you literally can see it. Chicken is very plain unless you put seasoning on it. Like literally, so when he says like you got it.
Chicken. It's just life. I'm just existing. I'm not happy. I'm not nothing. I'm literally just here.
And that's because
so much. Oh my God.
That's because that peer pressure at 16, he had a lot going on for sure. And he's probably trying to fit in, you know, get in where you fit in. So he thought to do that. The fact that he even did cocaine yet, I'm like, brother, you younger, way younger than me. I ain't never like.
It was like, acid. It was cocaine.
Like, acid. All that stuff. I was like, whoa, like whoa.
Sir,
you're moving way doing too much, too early, too fast. Like literally stuff that I wouldn't even. I was just like, hard to do. Like, and knowing Mary the way she is and how overprotected she is, to hear her son say all these things to her, I was just so proud of her in that moment that she stayed strong. She listened to him. She was compassionate. She told him she would not judge him. And that part right there killed me off. I said, oh my God. I said, Mary, that's the best word. The judge.
She knew, y'all, she like knew about the edibles and the weed and stuff like that, but she just thought it was going to stop there, and it obviously didn't. And she flat out told him, like, you will be gone, like you will be not here anymore, verbatim. And he says, like, I didn't want, I'm not using
Basically,
direct words, but yes, he didn't want to be alive anymore. But at the same time, she's like, "Do you know what that would have did to me?" Like, and he's like, "Yeah, that's like you're the only reason why I didn't do that."
man, even that broke him down when he said that to his mama. When he said that to his mom, the only reason why I didn't is because of the love I have basically for you, mommy. I was like, "Whoa, y'all doing it to me, y'all got me like literally a blubbering mess because I have 3 sons and you just want the best. The world is already cruel for black boys, black men, and so when you add anything like this to that, I just was like, Mary, man, you definitely need a friend or two. And where the hell is Robert Sr.?
I'm glad you said it because you knew it was coming. You knew it was coming out my mouth soon. And even when she was like, I wasn't happy until you came along. Like, you're
Girl,
my
I
kid.
counted them days. I counted that up. She's 20, she's 52. We're both 52. He's 21. So she was like 30
Yeah,
when
she
she
wasn't
started.
like, yeah, there she was. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm just like, man, that's a long time not to be that happy. Well, you just don't know the type of happiness you get until you have a baby. That happiness is different. She probably was happy. It was a different kind of happy. When you have the baby,
I don't even think she meant. No, I think she meant across the board. I really do.
probably. I mean, I don't know what her childhood. I don't know what that.
Bits and pieces that we can piece together.
Uh-huh.
Interesting. She had an interesting time.
Childhood. Yeah.
Yeah, she really did.
Yeah.
The mom, the dad was not really. He. It seemed like he was not like there daily. Marrying her, step grandfather, like there was a lot going on for her. So I can make it across the board. No, this was like that's her
Something
family.
for her. Something
Yeah,
for her.
like yes. And they obviously end very emotional, very, hugged up, saying, all the I love yous and all that stuff. And
Did he say that he had a problem? He did say that he had a problem, right?
I think no, I think that was like
He didn't get it out, huh?
she said that coupled with something else, and I think he just responded as a blanket response. I don't think he deliberately said.
I wonder when that was filmed, and from that time into the time where we know that he came out to California for so I would love to know how long did it take from that point where she found out to the point where he's gonna say, I got a problem and I need your help, mom. Because he has to say it to her. She can be there for him, but until he says, I'm the one with the problem and I'm sick and tired of being in this. So I wonder how long that was.
And where's old girl?
Hey, what's up, lady?
First of all, where did she go when he went to rehab? Like, mama needs to go home to her own house, to her own parents and family.
Right. Oh, you mean the girlfriend?
Yeah.
I hope her ass went with him. I hope she not with him in the place, but
I know she should
get help in Salt Lake and he can be in California.
Oh, like, she needed to yeah.
She definitely.
Let's just hit these comments real quick, y'all, and then we'll get into the reunion seating real quick. Okay. I love this comment right here because I forgot to mention that. Going back to the Shabbat dinner, I enjoyed Brittany showing compassion for Mary, even though they're not in the best place. Brittany is misunderstood. She has good intentions, but her life is a mess. Couldn't agree more, because going back to that dinner, y'all, they got onto the subject of Mary and this and that, and so at this point, Meredith was reminded yet again that Mary probably really has something going on here. And it was just as Orange Blossom said, it was Brittany that brought that up, and I don't see nobody with their phone out, including Meredith, to be like,
let me find out.
What's going on with, are you good, girl? Like,
that's true, because that actually again was a reiteration again, because Heather was there, Lisa's there, and Meredith is there. So for Brittany to say that, like, ain't no light bulbs going off in y'all big ass heads. Ain't no light bulb going off in y'all head. Weird. Y'all weird. Like literally,
So freaking weird. Major pet peeve of mine is people who run late. I personally consider it disrespectful of mine. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
Well,
No. In
Kev,
normal circumstances, I yeah.
Kev, like I'm not late to court. Like I'm like that's disrespectful. I would not be late to court. Like I am an entrepreneur. I set my own schedule. I am late to my client's house a lot because I am a mobile stylist. So I'm late a lot. And then my grandmother, let's be clear. I said this before, but I'm gonna just say this too. My grandmother's name is Early, and she's always late. Real talk. Her name is Early. Early. Okay, my grandmother. She's late to everything. So I told her she cursed the whole family, literally. But if I have to be on time for something like something real serious, a wedding, something that's serious, then you got to be on time. I will be on time, or I won't go. Yeah. Because I feel like I don't want to be that. I won't be that disrespectful. So
yeah, there's like certain. I'm not. No, hell no. I'm clearly not going to show up to your wedding like late. Like no.
Oh, no.
Like, I believe the women are aware of Mary Cosby's son, No Judgment. Yeah, I'm
now. You think okay, Andre, you think they were always privy to this? Because to your point, if you do think that, every time we saw her son, it was a little kind of offish, but we never got him in a full scene, like where, just like sitting down talking like how Lisa is with her sons, Heather is with her daughters. It wasn't really when we got Mary and her son. It wasn't really no real conversation, really. It was more like a hit and miss, or I'm about to go do this. Okay, all right, well, you're going to do that? Okay. It was nothing like where we can sit and say, oh, they got a really nice friendship. Because remember when Mary first came on, everybody was on her about the church and what she's doing in the church and the church and the church. So, I don't know.
Such a heartfelt story. Mary and Robert Jr. mean so much to each other, and it showed in this scene. Definitely. Yes, that analogy made me understand how you felt. So oh yeah,
every time.
Oh my God, it was all over me. Hey again, Feisty.
Hey,
sweetie.
Hey, sweetie.
Oh, I love seeing y'all come in. Jeremy.
What up, Jeremy?
When he said she was the only reason he didn't unalive himself, I was already weeping, I think, by then.
I'm telling you, I put the ugly crying on. I'm not gonna even lie to you because I have sons and I'm a mom, and us seeing Mary for these last 5 years and things, and that means this whole time that she's been on, he's been right where he's at. He would have been 16.
Yeah.
So she's literally probably have been watching this happen. Like she said, she knew he toked a little bit. She knew he did edibles a little bit. So she is. See, I said she needs to go too. Because if you want this to work, or you really love this man, you can't stay on drugs and he go get clean. It ain't gonna work that way. So, yeah. So I'm glad. That's good to hear. Thanks, Jeremy, for letting us know, and thank you for coming in. Love you.
Yes, thank you for this, Jeremy. I never know about that. We do need to catch up on the Law Trappins lives and the interviews and the clips and the after show and stuff like that. So we'll definitely try to do that after I make my notes later tonight for the next episode. Let's get into this reunion seating though, y'all.
Yes, real quick. We'll brief.
Boom, there we have it.
Oh, let me wait. Well, hold on. Let me make my screen bigger. Let me make it all the way big.
I'm be quiet.
Right. Whoa, we got
exactly
Angie and Lisa sitting next to them. And we got Meredith all the way at the end and Bronwyn all the way at the end. And got Whitney. Dang, they got Whitney all the way at the end with Brittany. That's crazy.
Whitney.
Lisa. Why they got Lisa right there? Because she's in everybody's mix.
What?
Okay. Do you agree with this?
Hell no.
Why?
Why I love it. Look, as you guys know, love Angie.
Mm-hmm.
Should not be there. I guess I get why they put Lisa there. Okay.
I feel like Bronwyn should have been.
Heather should be at the end.
Yes.
Heather and Meredith should be at the end. Wait, whoa. You know this looks like it means though.
What?
Brittany, because usually, like, unless like you really are like that person, that girl for the most part, and correct me if I'm wrong, y'all. Brittany's up here as just a friend only. So yeah. So I know you got a lot for y'all that don't.
Okay.
You know, mama, I'm just saying
they always bring a friend of like on the second if it's we get more parts.
You know, Shamia was out there for 5 minutes. You know, the freaking whoever's
Mary was out there for 5 minutes. Last reunion.
Mm-hmm,
she was so mad.
The Manettas come out for 10 minutes. Mm-hmm. Anyway, but I just wanted to bring that up. But there's no reason why even Brittany needs to be moved up, and Meredith
should have been moved up to me.
Yes, I'm mainly upset because why is Bronwyn third down?
Yeah, she should be at least second if she's not sitting on right next. I feel like she should be where Heather is.
But if they gave Gunica a first seat last season, I feel like Bronwyn, even though what Bronwyn's been bringing hasn't been as gutter, I guess you'd say.
Gutter snipe for sure. Mm-hmm.
I still think she's been bringing nonetheless more than a lot of these other OGs. So she either need to be first or at a minimum second. There's no reason why Heather should be up there.
I feel like Bronwyn could be where Heather is if they put Lisa there. Then put Bronwyn next to Lisa, where Heather is.
Yeah, there's no reason why Bronwyn should be looking across from Meredith. And I mean Whitney, she did some things, but if somebody has to go at the end, I'm
kind of quiet.
I'm not mad at her at the end.
Yeah, me either.
I think I just don't understand unless, of course, y'all, we're not done with the season. So who knows? We might agree with this in a couple more episodes.
True.
I guess.
Didn't think about that.
I doubt it. As far as Brown's concerned, but for the most part, we do still have a lot more left in the season. We haven't even gone on the official trip yet, so we do still have a bit more. So I guess we'll see. What are you guys saying? I would switch Bronwyn and Angie. Yeah, like I'm just so confused by
Angie. Okay, I could do that one too. I could put Bronwyn first, then Angie, and then Mary, and Whitney can stay there, and we can bring
I like Mary second.
I mean, Mary can stay second. I'm just saying if we was gonna move, like, who do y'all think should be sitting next to Andy? The two people. What do you think? Brittany? I mean, not Brittany. Bronwyn is one, and who else besides Angie?
Because on how Bravo works, I guess I would have to say then it would be Lisa, but no, it would be Bronwyn, and yeah, it would either be Lisa.
For me, I almost think Mary could almost, because Mary been bringing it. Mary been bringing it, and then she's putting something so important.
I mean, Mary's, that's fine too.
I could see Bronwyn and Mary at the first two, and then Angie and Lisa. Angie and Mary, and then what I just say? Bronwyn and Mary could have been first.
Exactly,
Kevin. Those two should have been next, and then y'all could do whatever y'all wanted afterwards. But those two to me are brought
you said the show. Mary and Bronwyn?
Mm-hmm. Mary and Bronwyn.
I'm not mad at that either, but I doubt
we know it wouldn't go. We know that wouldn't happen. But yeah, for me, who's bringing it on the show, those two.
But they're giving.
Both should be. If they're not in the first, they definitely both should be in the second seat.
Facts. Yes, exactly what Kevin said. Mary should be first chair. Her scene with Robert Jr. deserves an Emmy. Brittany should be first chair too. She gave her personal life and had conflict with half of the cast. Yeah, Brittany definitely needs to be.
That's why she actually should be moved up. She could have, definitely could have been.
Word on the was that like Brittany was potentially full time at one point, I want to say, and then something happened, or like I've heard that rumor that she was supposed to be full time or was full time.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I can understand that because she's been bringing more than at least Meredith. And yes, I couldn't agree more. I said that too. They definitely deserve an Emmy for that. That was
Meredith could have been at the end. They could have swapped them too.
They really could, or she could have just stayed in the dressing room until they got to like her 10 minutes that we've seen of her.
Or put Brittany where Heather is, and it's like them two back down. Heather in the third, and Meredith in the fourth.
Mm-hmm. So we shall see. And I also said that, yeah, I definitely said that about the Emmy and all of those things. Brittany will be back full time. Yeah, I think so. Maybe if she gets,
she's good TV.
House being just 1 ounce, I feel like a little less chaotic. If she just reins it in, polishes it up a little bit more, and gets a newer fur coat, I think she'll come back too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Bronwyn and Lisa. Oh, okay. So you would have put Bronwyn and Lisa right next. I mean, and next to Andy. Okay.
Okay, I can marry Lisa. I would have understood. Yeah. Okay. It's just Angie is throwing me off, man. I love Brittany. I don't know why she can sing. I don't. Although she is a mess, yes. Like, although I don't agree with her love life. Yeah, I told you that last time. Remember, she was singing a little bit at the fireside or whatever, and I was like, yeah, apparently she can sing. She's in real estate, but for some odd reason, we don't hear about that. We just hear about Jared.
Well, we got to bring her back so we can have her, so we can hear her. Mm-hmm. I love her, but this isn't a good season for her. No, yeah, she has not. She's been a little on the quiet side, other than trying to make herself the biggest victim. I'm a red Barbie. I guess.
No, I'm not. She's doing more than some other OGs. Yes, right. Yes, the y'all, but that's all we have for the reunion so far. When we get the looks, of course, you guys already know we're gonna come down here and talk about that because we talk about the looks. But for now, we are officially almost caught up. This next episode, the newest episode, like we said earlier on, will be up tomorrow, same time, same place. Meet us here. Actually, beat us here. Don't meet us here.
Yes.
If you have not liked the videos, we are streaming from both of our channels. Y'all make sure you come on over here and like the videos on both of our channels. Subscribe to both of our channels. Just do all of the things, y'all. Share us with your people. Let's keep the conversation going in the comment section below. Mm-hmm. Follow us on all of our social medias. Mm-hmm. Shout outs to everybody who was watching on X. 72 of you all still there, so make sure you come on
X.
And shout outs to everybody else who has been holding it down in the chat. Y'all are so appreciated. Always coming, always giving us other perspectives to think about. And yeah, for me personally, like I said earlier, I'm gonna be back later on with my Married to Medicine recap review. If you guys are into Married to Medicine, meet me there too. I know my sister has a lot of content that she's been knocking out too.
Yeah, so, I'm gonna do some Married to Medicine, but it will be video. So, but I'm gonna try and be in your chat today because Married Medicine going up, baby.
Yeah, told y'all, we're gonna be down here in these YouTube streets talking about all these Bravo shows once fall really hits, and fall has fallen. So yeah, we'll be back again tomorrow, y'all. Like the video, and yeah, that's all I got.
Thanks guys for watching. We see y'all tomorrow.
Okay, bye.